Good morning, Marco Island. This is the Good Morning Marco podcast. I'm your host, Jordan.
And I'm your other host, Ryan Sullivan. Jordan, you can say your full name, by the way.
I know, but it's like...
You didn't practice in front of the mirror this time, I can tell.
I didn't, no.
No, that's fine.
I got up out of bed and threw on a beachy t-shirt and came here.
A beachy t-shirt? Why'd you throw on a beachy t-shirt, Jordan?
Today's episode is going to be about South Beach.
Oh, okay, so I see. So South Beach is one of... Is it one of 3 public beaches on Marco?
I believe so.
I think, okay, so I don't really know if you could include... There's 4 beaches on Marco. 5 if you want to get technical. So we'll give the 4.5. That's like the at Jolly Bridge. Like, if you wanted to, you could go to that beach. I don't think anyone in their right mind would go there for any reason other than launching off a kayak or paddleboard. That's the only reason I go there. And then you've got Residence Beach, which of course you need the Residence Beach parking pass to get into, and need to actually be a resident of Marco Island. And then you've got Hideaway Beach, which Hideaway you can't get into unless you're a resident of Hideaway. So that's like right out. So really the 2 public beaches are Tiger Tail and South Beach.
Well, aren't there a couple random accesses like along the sidewalks?
There are, but I mean, for the most part, those are...
Nothing you can really park at.
Well, so I would say South Beach is a beach with 2 access points, 2 public access points. There's the one that is the South Beach access, which is down by the Apollo condominium on South Collier Boulevard. And then you have the Winterberry access, which is right across from Mission Plaza and the 7-Eleven there. That one is much newer. I remember when they built that. I want to say it was 2016 or something around there. Do you remember when they built that? Because I just remembered that you are from here.
I didn't live on the island when they built that one.
Right, okay. So
I was up in Naples.
Okay, so let's a little bit about this table reverberates. So I did a little bit of research beforehand on this one. This is from paradisecoast.com. So South Beach I can't kick the table. I have to be very careful of that. The South...
Ooh, that was loud.
Hello. Oh, look who it is. It's Trenton Mayberry.
Hi, Trenton.
Trenton's going to be on either the episode before this or after this.
To be determined.
The South Marco Beach access is one of 2 public beach access points on Marco Island. The location makes it perfect for families who want to go shelling, fishing, or watch dolphins playing in the surf. Which, speaking of which, I saw a pod of dolphins yesterday while I was out paddleboarding.
Aww.
I love paddleboarding on the weekends. It is one of my favorite pastimes. If I'm not podcasting, that is where I am. I went out for about an hour and a half. That plane's loud. Gotta wait a second.
Sorry, it's our private jet coming to pick us up. Our next episode's gonna be
on the Marco Island Airport.
Yeah.
We actually an episode on the Marco Island Executive Airport, like on the runway.
That would be fun.
That would be super fun. I got some contacts there. I bet I can figure that out. But yeah, so I was out kayaking. Well, not kayaking. I was out paddleboarding. It was essentially kayaking because I was on a paddleboard, but I was sitting down. And I was probably me from the distance of the camera. Like, there was a dolphin that close. Yeah, so that's fairly close. Probably like 4 feet away.
Aww.
I love dolphins so much. Eat your heart out, Kendall. No one will understand that but Kendall Tracer. So anyway. The firmer sand near the water makes it ideal for a walk, jog, or bike ride. No, it doesn't. Okay. Have you ever seen anybody riding a bike out on the beach?
I don't think you're allowed to ride a bike.
I don't think so either.
South Beach literally has signs where, like, even up on that sidewalk when you're coming in, you can't ride your bike.
There's no glass, there's no animals. Because I see people bring glass out there all the time. You got to make sure if you're bringing drinks down to the beach that you bring cans. You cannot bring glass because cans are fine. But the issue with glass is when you go down to the beach, if you were to break that glass, then it's very difficult to fix a broken glass problem on the beach. This isn't Jersey Shore. Come on. South Beach was voted like one in the top 10 beaches in this country, which is insane. I mean, it's so odd because I almost rarely go out to South Beach.
I love going to South Beach. I probably go there at least once a week.
Really,
Mhm.
really. I haven't been since I didn't go this 4th of July. So it's been a while. It's been quite a while since I've been out there. I was planning on going last night in order to, research, but the sun set a little bit quicker than I thought it was going to. So they say that it's great for a bike ride. I disagree. Sunsets are spectacular, and it's the perfect place to relax with lots of room to spread out. That I agree with.
Mhm.
I think the sunsets on Marco Island are unmatched just about anywhere. I really think that the sunset specifically on South Beach, it is the best place that I've ever watched a sunset. The only time I would ever even say comparable to that was one time when I was out in the mountains, up in North Carolina, but there's nothing like it.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
not
like,
another beach kind of.
right, which I really, I mean, there's something about South Florida that the sky is so much prettier than anywhere else.
I hear that a lot around here. You get the green flash.
Okay, I think the green flash is a myth.
I've seen it before in the Keys, but I've never seen it here. But a lot of people say Marco Island is a great spot to see it.
Can you Google, because I was actually thinking about doing this on this episode, could you Google, like, if the green flash is real? Because I don't, the only time I would even say I've personally saw it would be not a flash, but seeing, like, what is it, like artifacts left over from my eyes, like staring at a light for too long.
That's fair, yeah.
That's what I always thought it was. Is it's a trick of the eye. What do you have there?
Okay, I'm gonna read this whole little tiny paragraph.
Go ahead.
So yes, the green flash at sunset is a real optical phenomenon. It occurs just as the sun is setting or rising. When the conditions are right, the atmosphere acts like a prism, separating the light into different colors. The green flash happens because green light is refracted more than red or orange light, becoming a briefly visible as a green spot at the upper edge of the sun. This rare event is best observed with a clear, unobstructed horizon, such as over the ocean.
That is okay. Because my dad always told me when I was a kid, like, that green flash isn't real. It's like
it's quite literally a flash.
So
like,
that's
the time I've seen it, it was definitely like, you're like, oh my gosh, there's green in the sky, and then it's gone.
Yeah, I was the first time it was this week, the first time that I ever actually, like, genuinely thought, okay, wait, it might actually be real, because I saw someone post on Facebook a picture of the green flash, and I'm like, it's a lens flare. It's not. it's not real. Come on, I that's so funny. I believe in, like, cryptids, like the Bigfoot and stuff, but I don't believe in a green flash that is an actual real thing.
The more you know.
The more you know. Then the little in the reel from this, the little star flies overhead. The more you know.
The more you know. But speaking of the sand.
Okay.
The sand on Marco.
Yes.
It doesn't burn your feet, which is nice.
Is it different elsewhere?
It is. So if you go up to Naples and you're walking like Vanderbilt Beach or
the sand is much darker up there. I've noticed.
Well, the sand down here, I've heard, is like bits of quartz, so it doesn't absorb the heat.
Yeah,
it just.
I know most of the sand down here is like artificial, and it's like they bring it in, and they are treating the sand out there constantly.
I've never seen them treat the sand. What do you mean by that?
They go through with, like, it looks like a combine harvester. like they go through with one of those things, and they, like, rake the sand and everything to get, like, impurities out of it and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, the only thing in my head right now is like that one song where it's like,
oh yeah, I knew that was going to happen because you're a country nut. But yeah, no, so genuinely I think, because I've only been to Vanderbilt Beach once, and the sand is a lot more clumpy up there. I've noticed it's a lot thicker. Like, the sand on South Beach is like, it's very fine.
It is fine.
It's very fine, and it's like stark white, puffy, I guess would be. It's very soft It is the best beach to actually like walk on, in my opinion.
It's also
Barefoot.
light on your feet. Yeah.
Yeah, barefoot specifically. Now, if you're trying to run over where the sand is a little bit like where the sand is really like light and like
I'd say running
puffy.
closer to the water is understandable.
Right, because yeah, no, running closer to the water is is cathartic actually, because you can see your footprints and everything.
Oh yeah, that is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Double back on them.
Yeah. See the footprints in the sand. So let's see. There are also plenty of opportunities to rent. There are plenty of opportunities to rent watercraft, including wave runners and kayaks. If you're looking to take the fun to new heights, try parasailing. Beach access points are well maintained and have foot washing stations at the entrances, along with children's life jackets that you can borrow. Parking and restroom facilities are located on Swallow Avenue. They're a short walk across South Beach Collier Boulevard. To the beach. For more information, visit southbeachmarco.com. I think. Have you ever rented anything down on South Beach?
Not on South Beach, no. Like, to be honest, I don't know what that review is quite talking about.
Oh yeah, no, there's.
I've never seen people rent stuff out there.
Yeah. It's like directly if you walk down the like boardwalk, not the. Yeah, if you walk down the boardwalk, it's the one with the like brick path that's right next to Apollo condominium. If you look out there
By
to your
Sunset
left,
Grill?
yeah, to your left you've got the rocks. To your right you've got the Apollo. That they're usually on the left. There have been places to like rent stuff.
See, I guess like that's kind of my bad. I never go too far that way. I always
okay.
like to go over by the rocks, but sometimes I do go that way, and I'll like walk like all the way down to the Marriott and come back. You know, but
That's if you're doing a walk on the beach. That's like the prime, like walking distance. You walk down the Marriott, you go, oh, okay, I'll turn back.
okay.
Yeah, because the Marriott's very noticeable because they've got all the cabanas outside.
Exactly. You know what's wild?
What?
Last week when my boyfriend's family was in town, his mom walked all the way from South Beach up to Tiger Tail and back.
I've done that.
I can't
done that
even
before.
imagine that. I feel like that is so far.
It's not.
It probably just feels far because of all the buildings.
It's like two. Actually, I don't know. It's probably like a mile and a half, 2 miles.
Oh, yeah,
hi,
that's
Brock.
not bad.
I'm gonna stop and say hi because it felt weird not to.
I
How
know
are you?
Vicky walked by, and I'm
Oh,
like,
I didn't
don't
see
know if I
Vicky.
should say hi.
How are you?
Good.
Brock, do you have anything to say about South Beach?
South Beach?
Yeah,
What part of South Beach?
just like in general. Like I'm talking like from the Winterberry access down to like the rocks.
It's a good beach.
Do you want to come over here and say that?
Speaking to the suck.
South Beach is good beach. I recommend.
All right, thank you,
There
Brock.
you
There you have it, guys. Straight from the wild.
Yeah, straight from the wild, from the wild.
Here
blue
we
yonder.
have a wild Brock approaching the Cava
So,
bar.
what do you do about parking on the beach?
So I have a beach sticker,
Okay.
which out of season, it's very nice to go park over at South Beach. It's pretty empty. The parking lot's pretty dead. But during
Right.
season, it is chaotic. I would almost rather walk.
Right. So my dad has been a sunset photographer on Marco for 42 years. And when he moved here, it was about 3 years before they tore down the missile tracking station. Yeah, he moved here when he was 22, and I'm 22 now, which is wild because he moved, and then I have his house that he bought back in the 90s now, which that was his third place that he lived on the island. He used to live down on Sheffield, and then he lived up above the Bill Collier house. I'm just saying this so that everyone understands my dad is the foremost authority. He has been to the beach more than any person I know. He has seen more. I'm going to pause. He has been to the beach more than anybody that I know. That was really funny. He has been to the beach more than anyone that I know. Seen more sunsets than anyone that I know. And so he knows his stuff. I called him earlier and I'm like, hey, what's some things that need to be said about South Beach, and he said during season, it's almost not worth it to go to South Beach.
Exactly.
Because there, especially now, because it's like they bus people in from Miami or something. There are so many people on South Beach, and for example, Turtle Lot, or no, not Turtle Lot, the closest lot to South Beach, like the main like parking lot there, only has 165 spaces, 6 of which are disabled parking.
The one closest?
Yeah, the one across the street from the Apollo
Yeah.
condominium. There's only 165 parking spots there.
I didn't even think there were that many. It doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, well, 165 is not a lot when it comes to parking. There's like
I always feel like there's only like 40 spaces.
no. There's I kind of want to go through and like count how many spaces are in this parking lot to be able to give an accurate representation. But 165 is not a lot. That fills up incredibly fast. Figure there's
How many of those are on like the private side of that?
what was
What,
that?
yeah, what was that?
I don't know. I heard it through the microphone, so
That
I
was
have no
kinda
idea where it
scary.
came from.
Yeah.
Okay, as you were.
Isn't there like the little spot? So it's the regular parking that you can pay to park, or you have a beach sticker, and then it's the thing right next to it. Are
The
both
Marco,
of those combined
no,
160?
no. So there's a residence beach parking area that you have to have the MICA membership to park there.
Okay.
But there's 165 public spots, and then there's the Turtle Lot, which I think has like 80 or something along those lines.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Because the Turtle Lot looks way bigger.
I don't think so.
My
I might be
mind
wrong.
is
I might actually
crazy.
have it. I actually might have it backwards. I'm not
I
entirely
mean,
certain.
just because, like, here, I feel like we can insert a photo of the one parking lot.
The Turtle Lot.
The Turtle Lot.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Here. This is the Turtle Lot, and then, do you want to show them the main?
This is the main lot.
This is the main lot, and this is a homie going through a lot right now. It's just a picture of Keon.
That'd be great.
So, yeah, no, parking is a nightmare on this island in general.
Exactly.
On this, I really think if someone was smart, you know that empty lot in between the mini golf and the Jewish synagogue.
Yes.
Someone needs to build a parking garage there.
I feel like Marco wouldn't allow a parking garage though, 'cause
I
it's not like
thi-
aesthetic.
I think that a parking garage is so incredibly necessary on Marco. If they want Marco to grow and you want people to still be happy on this island, here's how you spin it, right? This is my official pitch. My official pitch. I don't know why I always say official before any of my stuff, because it's not like I don't know. But here's my pitch. There should be a multi-level parking garage on Marco that if you have the MICA sticker, you can get in for it for free. So anyone with the Residence Beach Pass, it's free parking. Otherwise, it's like $8 for the whole day. That would so quickly pay for itself too.
100%.
And the fact that no one wants that, everyone. So here's my biggest issue with. I'm going to stereotype and say a lot of older people on Marco. Here's one of the biggest issues, is they don't want Marco to grow. You can see that there are people moving out of Marco in droves, older populations, because newer people and younger people are moving here. Marco Island is very quickly becoming a much younger place. Naples especially.
You can definitely tell.
The fact that there is a kava bar on Marco now, there wouldn't have been a kava bar 10 years ago.
Definitely not.
No, even 5 years ago, I don't think that kava culture would have done well.
It's definitely a new wave kind of trend.
Yeah, so Summer Day has switched from a health food store just to a cafe. A health food store, generally more Gen X baby boomers are going to be shopping there. But then just to go in and get a wrap, that's a millennial Gen Z thing. Marco's slowly shifting as the greatest generation and the silent generation are dying off. Baby boomers are still the main demographic, but they're slowly moving out because it used to be that you move to Marco when you retire. Now people are retiring and moving out of Marco. Case in point, my dad. My dad is 68 years old. My dad left Marco about a year ago because he wanted to go live out on a farm in Tennessee, which all the power to him. It's great. I have a house now. But it definitely seems a lot younger here now.
It definitely, I can see that. I mean, most of the people that I run into that are vacationing here or just now moving here are younger than what you would expect. Like, I remember when I was younger, it'd be like, okay, always mind your P's and Q's. Yes, ma'am, no, sir.
Oh,
to, like, all the
100%.
people on the island. And nowadays, I'm running into people who just, go with the flow.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's a lot more families on Marco now. You can, and case in point, they had to build an entire high school. Marco Island Academy only had about 200 students when I went there. Now there's roughly 400, I think. And the schools on Marco are just getting bigger. But the reason I say all this is the older generation on Marco pushes back at anything that will attract more people to the island. Case in point, the medical marijuana dispensary. I was at the city council meeting when it was decided because I was there to support my mom who needed medical marijuana. And everyone was like, we don't want it on Marco. It's like, but there are people on Marco who need it and can't drive up to Fort Myers to go get it.
Exactly.
And it's like, well, too bad. There is a large subset of the population, at least a loud majority. It could be a loud minority, but they're just the squeaky wheels get the grease. They don't want anything that will make Marco better for new people. Hence why who are these clowns? Hence why I don't think that a parking garage is in the cards for at least the next 3 years. There will be a day. There will be a parking garage here. I don't know what place is going to need to get torn down to do it, but somewhere is going to. I think that the people... Okay. This is going to be a controversial hot take. There are some, like, motel-type dealio, or some, like, buildings that were right next to Snook Inn. The people who bought them were trying to build it out, and they were going to set up a whole new hotel in there and everything, and then they realized it was full of asbestos, and it was impossible to actually, build it out properly. So they ended up selling it, and they sold it to the people who own the Snook Inn. And then from what I hear, they're just building more restaurant there.
Interesting.
Which, have you ever tried to go to the Snook Inn?
Of course.
How's parking?
Parking's pretty bad.
How's parking out of season?
Well, because the thing, too, is
Terrible.
that out of season, the little construction areas that are right there,
right.
People park right there where it says not to park all the time just because there's not enough room.
Right. If there's live music at Boardroom and at Snook Inn, you're not getting
all the way
near
down
there.
The street.
You're not getting near there, even with Bistro Soleil closing down, because Bistro Soleil is no longer a restaurant. Anyone can park in that parking lot now. There's nothing in there. It's still completely full in and out of season, which is it's all just a. What is that? Oh,
what are you
no, there was a
looking at?
bag that just rolled, it was like a tumbleweed just rolled across.
I thought there was like a bee.
Which is the greater issue of parking down at the beach.
Well, even here during season, it's all of the parking can be full. I remember when I worked at the Kava Bar, I would come in for my mid shift or my evening shift, and since it's right around lunchtime, right around dinner time, I would have to park like across the street at Veterans and walk over to work.
That's insane. But
I can understand. I can understand why like the small parking for South Beach just almost doesn't feel worth it.
Right. So my dad said that he will try to convince people when he was doing portraits during season, like in the height of season. I'm talking like March, like December, he would try to convince people to go down to Tiger Tail, because Tiger Tail there's a lot less people down there. And the issue with Tiger Tail is the walk. But we're talking about South Beach, not about Tiger Tail. I have some more things here. So let's see. You know what? You had a story that you wanted to tell about South Beach.
About South Beach,
Because
yes.
I have a review here that I want to read. I would like to
Oh.
hear your story, and then I'm going to read the top review of South Beach.
Okay, my story is... It's in light of how caring and kind of like a family everybody is on the island.
Mhm.
So when I went to South Beach earlier this year, I was swimming out with a couple family members, couple friends,
Right,
and we
right.
were all chilling. And a lot of people don't realize how fast the current takes you out at South Beach.
Mhm.
So I started over like past Sunset Grill and ended up all the way over at the Rocks.
This was this past year?
hmm
Okay.
And probably only like 2-3 months ago tops. Yeah. And like you just end up over by the rocks before you even notice, and the current there is so strong that I'm sitting there swimming, and I'm a pretty good swimmer, you know, but
Mhm.
like somebody older probably would not be able to make the same swim back that I made, because not the rocks that are touching the beach, but the rocks out
the
from the
second
beach.
set of... Okay.
I was out
Okay.
over there.
Okay.
I got
that's-
swept all the way out
I've never
over
been
there.
out that far. I've never been out that far.
I
That's
used to
crazy.
snorkel over there. It's really
Oh,
nice.
okay,
But
okay.
so like I knew it was pretty deep. It wouldn't be something that I can just walk back from. And so we all start swimming back in, and probably took us 15-20 minutes to swim from those
Wow.
to the beach because of how strong the like current and everything was that day. And we get up to the beach, and there's a cop car that rolls up onto the beach. And they're like, "Hi, we got a report of potentially 3 people drowning." Or like, "Is it you guys? Are you guys on the beach? Are you okay?"
Hey, did you drown?
Blah, 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 blah. But so we're like, "Oh, you know, like, hey, we're good, you know, we did kind of get swept out, didn't realize." And then like this couple on the beach, they're like, "You guys okay? We've been watching you, da 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 da." And I think it's just really nice that
Yeah.
everybody on the beach, you know, like keeps to themselves, but also is attentive enough to be like, these
That's
people
good.
need help.
That's good.
So South Beach seems a little bit more like family friendly and stuff.
I would definitely
Whereas
say that.
Residence Beach, I would say, is definitely where everybody's like, "I'm in my own beach bubble. You're not in it."
Yeah, and then Tiger Tail, it's hello, hello, hello. No, it's hello, hello, hello. Is anybody out there? I was like, I could use the reverb.
I know, I've been waiting for you to figure out a time to use it.
No, but so I grew up on Marco, of course. I've been to the beach 1,000 times. I the thing I love most about South Beach is it's clean.
Mhm.
Did you come with us when we did the beach cleanup down on South Beach?
I did not. I
Okay,
don't think I lived
so-
here yet.
No. This was well, it was before you lived on the island, but it was when you were working here.
I didn't know they did one of those.
Yeah.
I thought it was,
Wait,
like,
no, this
right
was back in
before.
September.
Yeah, it was right
Okay,
before I worked here.
yeah. So this was oh my goodness, that was almost a year ago. So this was back in September. We did a beach cleanup there. I remember this was before I was dating my ex. We went out there, and we got like a bag. Ron found a bunch of bricks, and my ex found a board, like a big like board. But otherwise, like there was little to no trash out on South Beach, which is a testament to this island. I tell you what, I love that we have a bunch of old rich people on the island. You know why?
Why?
Taxes. They carry the burden, and things are clean because of that. And you know what? That's fine by me.
Leave nothing but footprints.
Yeah. What is it? Take only pictures and leave only footprints, which is a lie, because shelling on South Beach is also really good.
Oh, they're amazing. The shells.
Yeah, I've gotten. I remember all my stories are about exes. A different one of my exes would go out and collect like the little like conch shells. And though I still have one sitting on like my mantle. I love going out and shelling on South
The
Beach.
shells there are always like all different shapes and sizes,
Mhm.
none of the same
And
colors. It's gorgeous.
They're also it's very common to like find shells of different shapes and sizes that are also hole.
Yes.
A lot of beaches I've found, it's because of supremely heavy foot traffic, it's a little bit difficult to find like
They're all ground
entire
up
shells.
and then
Yeah,
hurt
they're all
your
ground up.
feet.
Yeah, yeah. Which makes South Beach probably the most walkable beach in the area. And then let's see. You have a list of what your beach day essentials should be.
Yes,
I want
do.
to hear that.
Okay,
I want to
so
turn my game down a little bit. All right, go ahead.
so for some of my beach essentials, because I didn't put like everything that I bring to the beach. You know, there's some things that are kind of just self-explanatory, like snacks in a cooler kind of thing.
Well, what's your go-to beach snack? Because I have opinions on this.
Recently my favorite snack has been like a little square of cheese, and then I wrap it with turkey, and I do like a bunch of those, and
That's
then I'll
good.
put them in like a little container. That's been pretty good.
Prosciutto. Gotta do prosciutto. Prosciutto with a mozzarella stick wrapped in prosciutto. That's a great beach snack.
Yum.
Okay, what are your other like?
So beach essentials.
Oh no! I'm still on
other
beach snacks.
snacks?
I'm on beach snacks right now. This is
I
important.
like to bring fruits.
Okay.
Or just like little bags of like the designated kid chips
I have
or
an
kid
issue
snacks.
with bringing fruits, like little like things of fruit, onto the beach because of flies and because of the sand. The sand.
I'm gonna
gets
be
into
honest.
fruit
If I
so
open the
easily.
fruit, I'm inhaling it in 2 seconds.
All right, that's understandable. Like, are you talking like one of those little like plastic
Like the
tubs
little
from
ones.
Publix that you can get? Okay.
That or
I
like I bring
respect-
one of the little Publix parfait things. I love those.
okay.
Those are so good.
Okay. I don't know if this is controversial or what, but go-to beach snack, pickles.
I love pickles.
Pickles.
The
are
mini pickles or the big spears?
I'm talking pickles.
Pickles.
I don't want any gherkin. I want a kosher dill, halves, spears, holes, slices. I don't care. Not slices, but
I love pickle juice. That is a very refreshing drink on the beach.
Yes, because I think the sodium content in it feels so at home eating a pickle on the beach. Pickles are great cold, and they're fine at room temperature as well. So I think pickles are probably the most refreshing because they're so biting into a pickle. Okay. I've shared this opinion on other podcasts that I'm a part of.
Like the Pickle Jar podcast?
Hey. Best pickles. What do you think the best pickle brand is? I need to know your opinion before I share.
I don't know
have
the name
correct
of it, but the
opinion.
one with the stork or whatever on it.
Vlasic? Vlasic pickles?
Yes.
The one with the stork on it?
Am I mildly wrong?
You're not even mildly wrong. You're completely wrong. I think Vlasic are one of the worst, actually. The best pickles are... Oh my goodness, what are they called? I have to call my sister.
I'm like, I can see
wait.
all of the different
No, I
brands,
know
but I don't
exactly
know
what
their
they're called.
names.
Oh goodness.
Is it like the
Holy
green?
crap. They're green. Of course they're green.
Not
they're
the pickles
No, but it's
themselves, the
green.
label.
It's green. The label's green, and it's also got some red in there, and all the text is white.
Red.
And it's like kosher. Oh my goodness. It's why am I forgetting
He
this?
will insert a picture.
No. Wait, give me your phone.
Let's see if you remember the password.
I do.
Congratulations.
I do remember it. All right. Now I have to find your phone now. Luckily, I have my sister's phone number memorized.
Bro, we just got slow rolled by one of the new Mustangs.
Fine. I believe this is my sister's number. If it's not, that's going to be awkward.
Put it on speaker.
I am putting on speakerphone.
She might not answer. I'm a Louisiana number.
We'll see what happens.
Hello.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi, Cassie. I'm calling from my friend Jordan's phone. I was calling to figure out what the brand of pickles that we like is called, and also if you had any opinions on the beach that you would like to share. Thank you. Turned on low power mode, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now I'm just going to Google it. Safari. Cutting this. Cut that. TV show where circus makes people. What are you looking up, Jordan?
Oh, because last night we were talking about this show Lost that we're watching, but then it reminded me of another show called The Strain, but I couldn't remember what the show was called. So I was asking
very
my
funny.
roommates. I was like, "What's that episode or like that episodic where they like crash this plane and this virus and they turn into vampires?" And they're like, "That doesn't exist." And I was like, "Watch this." So yeah, that's the internet.
Clausen.
Let me see.
Clausen.
That sounds a little more angelic.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Clausen pickles.
See, I think I always do
They have
Vlasic
the
or Mount
red.
Olive.
Those are both terrible.
Terrible.
Okay. We're
They're
getting so
terrible.
completely off topic here. I'm
Oh
sure
my
a
gosh,
large
quick
section
question.
of this is going to be cut.
Have you ever eaten the pickled green beans?
No.
Look at this.
I have
look
not.
At this.
Okay. This
These
is,
I also
you know what
bring
I
to the
really think is
beach.
going to happen? I think that this portion is going to be completely cut out of this, and I'm going to upload it to Pickle Jar Podcast as a. Oh yeah, those are fine.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I've never had the beans version, but I've had the O snaps before.
Yeah. Yum,
Okay.
yum.
Yeah, this is probably going to get cut out.
Why does it have to
of-
be cut? We're talking about beach snacks.
Okay, but I'm going to cut it like around the time that I decided that I needed to call Cassie.
Okay, that's fair. And action. No, just kidding.
So I have. Okay, wait. What's your beach essentials?
Beach essentials. So I typically bring a sheet that I designate for the beach. I don't like bringing a giant towel or a giant blanket. I like to bring a sheet.
Really? Okay, that doesn't blow away for you?
No, so like I'll put like the bag or something on the end or like my
Okay.
shoes on an end, and everybody's sitting on it too, so like it's pretty
Yeah,
chill.
I think the reason why towels are more common on the beach is just because they blow away less easily.
That's true. I mean, I haven't really ever had an issue with it, and it's always light, easier to like flick and get all the stuff off
Right,
because
right,
it doesn't have that towel texture to lock in all of the sand.
Okay.
That's just me. I don't
Makes
know.
sense.
That's like a weird thing I've done. And a speaker, and I like to bring like a little travel book because then I like to sketch or like
Oh,
write
cool.
little things in it. But yeah,
Very nice.
those are my essentials. What are your essentials?
So I go to the beach like so unprepared. So completely unprepared. I used to have a guitar that oh, here comes Keon's brother. He's probably going to say something, so I'm going to have to pause here for a second. What's up, Roy? Man, that kid got big. I remember when he was like 5. So my go-to beach essentials, I go so completely unprepared to the beach. So unprepared. I forget everything that I need. I will straight up go to the beach in sneakers and like I'll just because whenever I go to the beach, it's so impromptu.
I was gonna say it's never probably like I'm gonna go to the beach
a
this day.
towel. I will forget sunscreen because like you need sunscreen. I will forget water. You need sunscreen. You need water. You need to change your clothes. Honestly, I think it'd be best to ideally 2 towels. One is your beach towel. One to put on the seat of your car for when you get back in.
I love
forget
those.
that all the time. I think it's very necessary to bring plastic bags when you go to the beach, like Ziploc bags for your phone.
Oh,
Like Ziploc bags for your phone. Especially because I spend a lot of time in the water, and I like keeping my phone on me. What do you generally? So since I don't go to the beach that often, what do you generally do to keep your stuff from getting like stolen?
So the nice thing about South Beach is that you can pretty much trust everything. It's Marco. So last week, I actually went fishing at South Beach, and it was just an impromptu thing. I keep the fishing rods in my car,
Right.
and literally just took off my shoes, put my phone and my keys on top of my shoes, and I walked like all the way down the beach. And I was probably gone for like an hour and a half, and I was thinking to myself, ooh, I can't, like, that's not enough stuff to even see if it's still on the beach or
Yeah.
anything. Like, so I came back to my spot or where I was, and everything was still there just because, like, I mean, it's Marco Island. Everybody has what they want or they
Right.
need. They're not going to want or need
That
your
is-
stuff.
That is a very good point.
And so, like, that's the nice thing about South
That's
Beach.
exactly what I told one of my old friend's dads when he framed me for stealing money from him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a future story time.
No.
No.
No, that's the end of the story. I was framed for grand theft. And then he told me that he had video evidence, and I'm just like, okay, so you haven't watched it yet then, right? He's like, no, I haven't watched it. Okay, it's like, all right, watch it, call me back in 10 minutes to apologize. And he didn't call me back.
I was gonna say, did he ever apologize?
No. He ended up going to the police, and they laughed at him in the face when he went to go tell the police what happened, because it very clearly didn't happen. This man was also a drunk and probably gambled it away or lost it the night before.
Oh, wow.
So I have a review.
I have a review.
So this is the #1 review on South Beach on Google. This is from a user by the name of CJ. They are a local guide. They've got 95 reviews and have posted over 1,038 photos to Google.
Oh, wow.
So they kind of know what they're talking
source.
about. So we're going to do a dramatic reading here. Marco, you can stop me at any time.
I don't think I will.
Marco
Stop.
Island. That was perfectly timed. Marco Island was a hidden gem for me. I was in awe of the number of shells we saw on South Beach on Marco Island in Florida. So specific. South Beach on Marco Island in Florida. In the United States, on planet Earth, in the solar system, in the Milky Way, in the local cluster, in the universe. When planning our trip to the southwestern part of Florida, my goodness, they keep going on the specificity. I had a lengthy list of places to see. High up on the list were the 10,000 islands that lie just south of Naples, Florida. Most of these islands are only accessible by boat or kayak. But the largest one, Marco Island, could be reached by car. Goodland.
I thought that was connected.
Oh, wait, I think it is connected. It's connected. Okay. On our first trip to the island, we opted to explore South Beach. Although the beach didn't have the pristine white silky smooth sand... Wait, what? Although the beach didn't have the pristine white silky smooth sand that you like to feel between your toes, the one thing it did have was shells. Lots and lots of shells. That's inaccurate.
What year was the review?
This was in 2022.
Maybe, was it before or after the hurricane?
Before? Or maybe... I don't know. We'll check.
I don't know.
Check.
I'll check.
That's... Beaches on Marco Island might not have the clean, pristine sand, but it had more shells than I have ever seen in my life. Who are you? What are you talking about? I'm not talking about about a beach generously littered with shells. I'm talking about piles and piles of shells. There were so many, if I didn't know better, I would have expected they hauled in truckloads of shells to dump on the beach. This is my first rating of this, and I think that this person is a little bit off their rocker today.
I see their pictures.
Yeah. In some areas of the beach, because there are a lot of shells on South Beach. That, don't get me wrong. But the sand is so clean. Anyway. In some areas of the beach, it was hard to see the sand for the piles of shells, which is true. Like it depends on the tide. It depends on what time of day you're going. If you're going at low tide, there's going to be mounds of shells. So it's like you've got that soft white sand that you walk on, and then there's like a bunch of shells, and then you've got the hard sand, which is waterlogged. So okay, I guess I understand that. In some areas of the beach, it was hard to... I already read that. Instead of walking the beach looking for that perfect shell, at the tip of South Beach, you dig through the piles of shells, sorting the common shells from the rare. That's accurate.
That is indeed.
You literally could shovel the shells as if they were dirt at the southern point of the island. There is parking nearby the beach's public access on Swallow Avenue for $8 all day, but spaces are limited. If you are a Collier County resident, you can park for free if you have the Collier County Beach Parking Sticker. A free sticker reserved for county residences can be obtained at the public library on Marco Island and at various other places in the county.
You know what I was thinking?
What were you thinking?
One thing that they did add after the hurricane is that blue mat out there.
Yes. I like
Which
the
is
blue
really
mat.
nice.
I like
Yes,
the blue
I
mat.
like
My
it.
mom wasn't able to go to the beach because it was not wheelchair accessible before. And they didn't have anywhere that you could rent beach wheelchairs.
They have
So
beach wheelchairs?
they do. Yeah, I think they do now. I don't. If they don't, that's still a problem.
What would be like the difference of that and a
Fat
regular?
wheels,
Okay,
big fat wheels.
got it.
Like I'm talking like you know a big wheel, like a little Tyke's big wheel, like that.
Oh,
Like because most wheelchairs have very thin wheels. But like her hover round, it was impossible to get onto the beach. In fact, there was a law against motorized vehicles on the beach. So technically, her wheelchair, she had one of those like rascals that you would find at like Walmart or something like that. Because for the last 8 years of her life, my mom was wheelchair bound. So she literally could not go to the beach. Which that mat is a lifesaver for some people. So that's incredible that they added that. I will always be an advocate for making things more wheelchair accessible. I was figuring you were going to have something else to say there, but I can.
I was processing, like, envisioning all of the different people that would, use the blue mat to, like, go there, see it for the last time, see it for their 100th
for the first time in
last
years, because not being able to. Yeah. That's the thing. There's no steps to get. There's an actual ramp. So that does make it a lot better too. Yeah, I love South Beach. I'm probably gonna go sometime this week just because I've been talking about it so much. Because I genuinely do love it down there, and I think I should go more often.
Let me know if you ever want to go to the beach.
Yeah, I will.
I'm down.
What's your favorite beach activity? Just to close this, tie a little bow on this episode.
My favorite beach activity is probably either building sandcastles. I know that sounds like very 5-year-old of me.
No, that's incredible.
But I also wanted to be an architect, so I love doing sandcastles.
Oh, that's great.
Or volleyball.
I'm not a volleyball fan. I don't know if you could tell by looking at me. But I love going out in the water. The water is my favorite part of the beach. And then I'm starting to get more into just like straight up lounging on the beach. I used to have a guitar that I would bring out on the beach, and that was nice because it's always nice to play your instrument in a place that's different from your house.
Yes.
Because you spend so much time. The 3 places I probably play the most often, because I have a traveler guitar in my car, at home, and at Kava Culture. So going to a new place and playing is great. Having a little acoustic guitar on the beach, that's great. That's such southern vibes. I love it. I think that's really all that we can say about South Beach for right now.
Yeah. I have a closer question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
What's your favorite shell?
Ooh. I like the classic one that's like, it's like very circular, but on the bottom it's got like the 2 little feet that come out, and it's like ribbed. It goes out in like lines, like starting from the bottom there. It's some sort of clamshell. Those like white ones, like stark white, they're a little bit tougher than I'm not talking the ones that are kind of like oblong shaped. Those like common ones, they're like a little bit of an oval. I'm talking the like nearly perfect circle ones.
I know exactly.
Those
Most
are
of them
great.
are like the purplish color.
No, I'm talking about the white ones, not the
white
purple ones. I'm talking the ones that are like that, but they're white. Yeah, I like those. Those are cool. I'm also a fan of the little like corkscrew looking ones.
Oh yeah, those are cute.
Those are fun. What about you?
My favorite shell? Probably the ones that are like the smaller version of the ones that are at Otter Mound. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like the big round,
I know exactly
and
what
then
you're
they come
talking
down
about.
to like a triangle.
And yeah, the little conch shells, I believe they're called. All right. I think that's all we have to say. Jordan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at JGKraley03 and poeticpaths_. You can also find me on Good Morning Marco Pod.
I was hoping that you would pitch back to me. Where can they find me? You could ask me that.
I'm going to.
Okay.
I didn't finish before I made eye contact with you. So Ryan, where can they find you?
I don't know. Not at my house. Actually, not at my house. I'm generally not there. You can find me at Golf Culture or at Faith Church. That's
6
about
p.m.
it.
slam.
6 p.m. slam. No, so you can find me at ryanmsullivan.com. On my website, I've got all my links to all of my projects. You can find my main Instagram. You can find my Facebook on there. If you just want to go straight on Instagram, you can find me ryan.sullivan2002. But also from my website, you can find all the links for Good Morning Marco. You can find all the links for the Pickle Jar. You can find all the links for my event hosting project. You can find all the links for my video projects, for my music.
You do a lot of things.
I do, which is why I started a website this week. So if you want to find out more about Good Morning Marco, or you need to contact us because you would like to appear on Good Morning Marco, you can go to the contact section on ryanmsullivan.com/good-morning-marco. That is ryanmsullivan.com/good-morning-marco. That's so fun to say. I'll have to get that domain too, so it like redirects to that domain. Good Morning Marco. That'll be fun. All right. Do you have anything else to say?
To see you next week.
We'll see you next week. I don't know what episode is coming before or after this. I don't know if this is episode 5 or this is episode 6. So it's so fun. All right, we'll catch you in the next one. Adios,
Bye.
folks.